Hi, this is Claire with the Painted Sisters. I wanted to bring you a little project today that I do pretty regularly to sell in our booth. I go by our Goodwill store a couple, 3 times a week. I'm always on the lookout for these like kind of frames with these, they're just, I don't know, a printed picture in them. And I bring these home and I take out, this had a paper on the back of it too, but I bring it home and I just take this out and usually get rid of this. And I like these frames because they're decorative, they distress good, they look pretty. My husband cuts just a thin 1/4 inch, I don't know what kind of board that is, plywood board I guess, that fits inside of it. I have sold several of these little signs with a bee made out of the air dry clay and a stamp on it, "Be Kind." So I'm going to show you how I do that today. The first thing I do is I take this frame, and I've already got one done. I bought 2 of these at one time, and so I've painted it in old school from DIY Paint. But this is what it looked like when I first got it. So if you don't have a husband who can cut a board for you, if you will just buy several frames up and then mark out how you want it cut, Lowe's or Home Depot, either one will cut it for you. So the first thing I do is go ahead and make my bee out of this air dried clay. And I keep this sealed up because it will dry out very easily. So I've already put a little bit of cornstarch in my mold to make it come out easy. So I'm just gonna get some clay out and I'll work it a little bit in my hands, just like this, mush it up together. And then I just put it in the mold. And I have another tutorial on making molds for flower pots and making molds. I think there's a couple of different ones on our website under the blog posts if you want to look at those. You want to use that rim that goes around to put the clay right up to that edge of that. And then you're going to flip it over and push down, and your bee just comes out perfect. I'm going to decide where I want my bee to go, and I'm using Type Bond Quick and Thick. Works. It's thick and it's kind of nasty, but it works really, really well. Now I just use my fingers to smear it right up to, you want it right up on the very edge so that your bee will stick down really well. Make sure that the edges are down good. Now if we want to stamp the Be Kind on it, so I want to lay this out how I want it to look. I have 2 sets of letters which come in very handy. And then I'm going to take my clear sheet, put it down on top, mash down, and then all the letters should be fixed to it. And I'm going to pull it over here, and I have an inked up pad already. Lay this right there. And I'm just going to ink my letters by pouncing lightly on them. Once you have it down, you've committed. You're going to keep one hand on it and then one hand to go around the letters gently to make sure you have all surfaces pressed down. And there we go. Okay, so I've made a sign already and I wanted to show you how I finish it up. I like the look of old school dark gray paint and white wax, and it'll bring out all this detail on it. So first thing I'm going to do is put the white wax on the frame. Get a rag and we'll wipe this off. You can see a little bit of the gold highlights are coming back through on the frame, and I really like that too. So the frame is finished. Okay, here's my sign. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add some clear wax to it. And I think I'm going to just use a rag to do this because it's a flat surface. You can use a brush. I just happen to don't have a clean one right now. And I have some black wax that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to take a little small brush and I get a little bit of the black wax, and I'm going to go around this bumblebee. And a little bit around on the sides just to make it look like it's an older. This is just some dark wax, it's not black, it's dark, that I'm just going to put on to age the bee even more. This is some gold gilding wax. I got it, I don't know, a long time ago. I sporadically use it, but I'm just gonna highlight the bee's wings. Just using my finger and dipping it in there, and just so you get just this tiny little highlight when the light catches it. I think the frame cost me $1. The board was from a scrap piece. The clay, so I really don't have, I have less than like $2 in this, and I think normally I sell them for $24.95.